It's match day. United against Brighton. United already down on the south coast, but everybody is looking at that match day squad. Will McTominay get any minutes? Has Sancho even travelled? An official bid in from Napoli for Scott McTominay. Jadon Sancho, according to Italian sources, is all but done. It is just a matter of time. He's already said goodbye to his Manchester United teammates. Again, we'll talk about all of that. We'll look ahead to the game. Welcome along to your early morning match day roundup show here on Forever United TV, everybody. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're looking forward to the game. I've already got a poll up there. Give me your mood. What are you feeling right now? How are you looking into this game against Brighton today? Are you confident? Are you nervous? Are you optimistic? Get into the poll and let me know how you feel, everybody. Get your comments in as well. Let me know how you're thinking and feeling about these transfer speculation rumours regarding Scott McTominay and Jadon Sancho. Romano has also updated us on Agate, and he tells us to relax. Sod off, Romano. We just want him through the bleeding door. It's all right for you with all your inside information. No, we want definites, and here we go. So, yeah, you can do one until you've got some good positive news for us. But, yes, welcome along to the Matchday Show, everybody. A little extended version of the early morning show today, because obviously we're kickstarting the watch-along off on TIFO at 12 o'clock, so no midday show today because of the game. So we're going to do a little bit of a morning show, a little bit longer today. So get all your comments in, get your feelings in. Let's get into absolutely everything going on today. Please give the video a like. Another 1,000 likes on the second game of the season, please, everybody. That will do nicely. And please hit that subscribe button, everyone. I know there's quite a few that are not subscribed that are loving the content and just forget to press the button in the bottom right-hand corner. Click on it and make sure that you don't miss anything with Manchester United. It is all free content, everyone. And yes, I am a bit bubbly this morning. I'm all set, ready to go, got everything good. I'm going to go and get my hair cut after this, get ready for the game. It just feels like a proper match day. And first away game of the season, big test for United. But what is happening with Scott McTominay and Jadon Sancho? Let's start with Scott, because that was the news last night circulating. And Romano, as you can see at the tweet at the bottom of your screen right there, Manchester United have received a €25 million proposal from Napoli for Scott McTominay, but still not enough to proceed. United always asked for fee in excess of €30 million. Darren from Sky actually broke this earlier than what Romano did. And he said that Napoli are offering €25 million. Yes, so the fee we know is there, and that is official, along with obligation to buy, and the transfer are being discussed between the two clubs. What is the difference between this and Fulham, everyone's asking? Should we just take the money? The difference between Manchester United negotiating with Fulham and Napoli is that Scott McTominay wants to go to Napoli. He didn't want to go to Fulham. So when anyone says to me, yeah, but they've not accepted the bid, we should have just took what Fulham wanted, what Fulham offered Manchester United, it doesn't work like that. The you need to remember here is that Manchester United from the get-go said they're not looking to force Scott McTominay out. A fee that's agreeable to us, and Scott wanting to actually go, is when we will come to the table and start talking about getting rid of Scott McTominay. Now, he didn't want to go to Fulham. The bid was pretty much there for that from Fulham for Scott McTominay. It was reported that they were going in at 25, and United probably would have moved on that. But when you ask the player if he wants to go and he doesn't, then what are you going to do? You've got to stand by what you said at the start of the window. And Scott McTominay will only go if he is happy with the project. United are happy with him and where he's at, and he wants to leave, and the fee is right. If the two don't match up, then the move doesn't happen. Scott, we know, has been in constant communication with Antonio Conte, the Napoli manager. He has left it as priority. And when he said priority, Fulham was still in. And then the day after, Fulham dropped out because Scott said he wouldn't go to Fulham. He wants to go to Napoli. So the confidence in this one actually happening is that there is an official bid on the table from Napoli. Now, Lukaku has arrived. That's all done and dusted. Here we go, as said by Romano. So part of their transfer window has moved forward now. Whether or not Chelsea do go in for Osimhen, that is down to them. But like I said on previous shows, Napoli have made a point of making it clear to Scott, look, no matter what happens with their striker situation, they are still going to push forward with Scott McTominay moving to Napoli. So that is in place, and this is why we've got this bid right now. So whether Napoli are confident of raising the funds from Osimhen or not, the bid is in, it is official. And the beauty of this is, and not so much the beauty, but the confidence we could probably have in this and actually being different to what Fulham's bid was, is that Scott wants to go, he's negotiating, he's happy with the terms and everything that's been offered for him there. Apparently personal terms are agreed, but because the offer's actually in, we know that now we know Napoli are now in the equation. We know that they're officially into bidding. And you know what? We may be able to still sell Scott McTominay on loan with obligation to buy for next summer. Because let's be honest, what we're negotiating with Agate right now, we've already got enough money for. We know that. With the sales of the younger academy players have gone, Palestre and Fish, which are adding up to near like 10 million again, with what we've already had to pay a little bit more on top of De Ligt and Mazraoui for. But United are comfortable with where they're at with Agate. And that bid is moving forward. And they can start to look ahead to next summer with the transfers and what they want to bring in then. So there's still a chance that Scott will go on an obligation to buy. There's still a chance that Scott could go this summer with a fee agreed with Napoli. And what is being discussed right now from these reports as well is the bonuses. Now that translates, that's from the Italian side, that translates into the add-ons. So bonuses means add-ons. When it comes from the Italian journalist talking about what's happening in English terms, add-ons basically, if he hits a certain mark. Now you know, for one, and I think United will be fully confident that Scott McTominay will hit a certain mark of appearances for Napoli. I think he's Mr. Reliable, isn't he? And if Antonio Conte has made it a point of bringing him in, then any sort of add-on situation that Napoli want to implement or United do, which takes this fee up over towards the €30 million mark, which is approximately £25 million, then I think we're confident that that will happen. And I think this, according to them reports, is now where this negotiation period is at with United and Napoli. Scott wants to go, official bid is in, that's not enough, but now maybe €25 million with add-ons can get the package up to around about that 30 million mark, which United need to sell Scott McTominay. So don't be put off by United again and what Romano has said. They still want that. Negotiations are ongoing, and Romano has said that himself. It has always been open, and negotiations are progressing in the move. So, again, if you are one of these fans that really wants to see Scott McTominay out of the door, then it's not over yet. Like, there's a lot of fans that are not bothered here or there, whether Scott goes or whether he stays. I don't think there's many people bothered about it too much at all, really, because he's happy to be a squad player. And if United do bring Agate in, and I think we're not going to see much of Scott in the starting lineup, be interesting to see what part he plays today against Brighton, because he is in the matchday squad. We've got pictures of him, obviously, with the rest of the squad leaving Manchester and heading down to the south coast. But it just depends how far this, and I think we'll get a good indication. If Scott doesn't come on today, then I think we're pretty confident that this deal is actually really progressing down the negotiation side of things, and we can expect Scott to be leaving this week. But the whole Napoli actual official bid is massive in that they've actually come to the table, and we are now in full negotiations, because you know that he wants to go there and he's happy to go there, and that's the big difference in all of this. Let's get your thoughts on this, guys, and where we're actually at. Get your matchday vibes. Talk to me about absolutely anything. We're going to move on to Sancho and the game and everything that's happening today throughout the show as well. We're still early doors, so please do keep them likes coming in. Already over 1,100 in the room with us right now and 200 likes. Let's try and get that up near about 700 to 800 live likes, guys. We've got plenty to discuss and plenty of time to go, so that is your targets. There is a bet going on with the mods in there again about what we can make on our first warm-up game. Well, this is a first warm-up video live that we've actually done as an 8 o'clock in the morning one, because of the kickoff time. So it feels weird that we're doing the usually early morning one and talking about the game as well. But yeah, we're ahead of everyone. So let's get your thoughts in and let's get your likes up as well, guys. I've got a super chat in from Block N2410, and he says, "Hi mates, just got to London, quick couple of pints, then train to Brighton. Come on United, love that. Match day vibes, get in there lad, have one for me. I know the beer is probably better than it is at Old Trafford at Brighton anyway. This is the first time in 3 seasons that I've not actually been to Brighton. We are doing a watch-along as well, guys. The mods will be putting the link into the watch-along in the live chats as we go through. I will try and pick it out and pin it up in there for you guys as well to join us for that. We're going to be doing call-ins and everything on the watch-along, guys. So if you want to have your say with me, talk to me live, talk to me about transfers, what you want the game to be like, how you want it to set up. T4 is the place. The link will be up in the description and is also up in the live chats right now, guys, as well. I'll just get, if anyone hasn't joined the watch along platform yet, there is a referral code, so I'll just get the mods to pop that in as well in terms of how you can actually log in there. It's all completely free, so come and join us there, guys, and I'll pin that up in a minute. Oh, right. Okay. So, where are we at? Talk to me. In my opinion, Scott needs to stay as a backup. If he's happy to play second fiddle, then United should keep him. Andrew, totally understand that. I'm totally with you. Yeah, I completely agree that if he wants to stay in United, do feel like they can actually, if they feel like you can use Scott McTominay and he's going to be a big part of getting us back into the promised land, i.e. top 4 Champions League, then yeah, he should stay. But if he does turn out to be beneficial financially for United, I think we have to look at that as well. And I think that's where we're actually at right now. Big day, and I hope we get the win and ram it down the media's neck. Oh, I hope so, because they're sharpening knives, aren't they, for United to lose? They really are. Come on, mods, get pinning. I'm the only one who can pin it, Gray. I do need someone to put it in all together with the referral code, because I can't pin both together. So please do that, guys. I'll just pop it in myself in a minute. Scott has been playing third fiddle, says Jinx here. Adam will be on a watch along, hopefully out of hospital after surgery, so can watch as well. Mike, hope you're doing well, mate. Hope it's not too serious and you're recovering good. So please do come and join us on that watch along later, buddy. Anthony says, I see us smashing Brighton 4-0 and have rival haters change their narratives into how poor Brighton was. Wowza. And get voting on the poll as well in the chat, guys. That is at, what we now? Creeping up to 1,000 people voting on the actual poll as well. Match day mood, that's all I want to know. Confident, nervous, optimistic. It's very even. This is probably the tightest poll we've done in a long time, actually. But yeah, confident 45%, nervous 23%, optimistic at 32% right now. Keep them votes coming in on the poll, guys. I want to see that get up to 1,000, and then we'll change it up. We'll do as many as we can. So yeah, let's get the poll up to 1,000 votes, see the mood, and then we'll change it up again and try and mix it up on the morning show today and get a few different ones in there for you guys. Right. We got a super chat in from Wayne who says, match day absolutely buzzing. Come on, United. Get them in, guys. Get your comments in. Get your thoughts in on the game. Who are you going to be playing? Are you making any changes? We're going to get into all of that later into the video as well. Red Devils TV, morning to you as well. We need a demon to be whispering into Conte's ear. Mount's far better than Antonio. I don't know what that means, but hey, go for it. Cheers for the comment. It's his Scott's contract that's the problem. The same as I remember Zaka's stupid clause. Well, no, not necessarily, Josh, because Scott has still got another year on top of his, and it only creeps in if you actually extend it. So if it's triggered and you're in that triggered year, then you get the Aaron Wan-Bissaka situation, but Scott's not in that. He's in his last year, then with the option to trigger. So he's not actually hit the triggered period yet. So Scott is different. And that is why Manchester United, I feel, are open to the option of selling Scott McTominay on this summer, but still, obviously, aware of the situation next summer. And they're aware of what he can bring to United, but I think probably the Aaron Wan-Bissaka situation, and now that's gone down with the compensation factor this summer, I think that's definitely playing on Manchester United's minds as well, with how they negotiate this and try and maybe get Scott out earlier before that actually comes about. Sean says, we will beat Liverpool next week. A win today. We go into the break with 9 points. Oof, yeah, imagine that. Like, we sign Agate, we go into the international break with 9 points. Literally, all United need to do is get 1 point from Liverpool and Brighton. I know it sounds a bit sad. It is, and I don't want that. I want 2 wins. And that's Ten Hag's best ever start as a Man United manager. Goes to show how crap starting we have been. Well, Ten Hag has been in charge at Manchester United. The preparation, the pre-seasons, everything has been completely wrong with Manchester United. Well, Ten Hag has been in charge. And hopefully this time, with the better pre-season, the better transfer window, we just need to get off to that more. We need to get off to that confident start. Like, just be up there and in about and in amongst it, I think, is where we need to be. Like, not a million miles away. Definitely, if we can be in about the top 4 come the international break and everything like that, I feel like we're definitely in a better place. And then when we come back from international break, hit the ground running with all of the Europa League, League Cup, and the masses of games coming, 2 games a week. Hopefully the squad stays fit and everything. But yes, thoughts on Ahmad with his family? I don't think it's going to be an issue going off what he said, Keith. Obviously, there's complications within his family life there, as seen in that tweet from Ahmed, but I don't think it's going to affect the game today. Keep momentum building up, says Alex King. Do they all have the clause in the contract that gives them the poop load of money if they're sold? I don't think it's all of them. Some of them have taken advantage of it. I think anything that's been done recently, no. I don't think Sancho has got it in. I'm not too sure. I don't even know if Sancho has got an add-on clause because he's got 2 years left, including this season. So he's into his last year now, into his last year next season, Sancho. One way or another, that man is out of the door. And I want to talk about him next, actually. And then we'll get into the game stuff as well. Over 300 likes already, around about 1,400 in the room with us right now. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in on the early morning Matchday Vibe show. We are going to be live on TIFO for the watch long starting at 12 o'clock. The link is in the description there, guys. Completely free. Come across, have your say on the game. But we have been talking Scott McTominay early doors. Napoli have made a bid, 25 million euros. I was saying at the top of the show, if you are just joining us now, that the difference between this and Fulham is that Napoli are officially in now and Scott wants to go to Napoli. The reason we didn't accept Fulham's bid was because Scott didn't want to go. He turned Fulham down. So United can't do anything. They made the point in the statement at the start of the window which said Scott can go if the price is right for us. It was from Fulham. Only if Scott wants to go. We're not pushing him out the door. And Scott said no. So you have to have two of them agreements to work and the deal to be made, and it wasn't with Fulham, but Scott wants to go to Napoli, and they're just shy of what Manchester United want, so negotiations continue, and there is optimism that Scott will actually make that move over to Napoli, and that deal can be done. That was from Romano and Sky late last night and early into this morning, so you're up to date on that one. If anything breaks, which I don't think it will building up to the game, I expect some big news later tonight, guys, as well. Like always after a match day, well, the transfer window's on, you get these rumours going around as well. And I think it kicks into overdrive because Monday is going to be absolutely mental for Manchester United. It really is. I think we're going to have all sorts of news going on. So, yeah, make sure you stay in tune to that. It's going to be a mad last 5 days from Monday after this game weekend. But, yeah, moving on to what's happening with Jadon Sancho. Now, according to reports in Italy, and it's our mate, our friend, Nick Semeraro again, who's jumped the gun. He does have closer connections, I think, to Juventus, but according to sources over there, Jadon Sancho from Manchester United to Juventus is in the final stages. Formula with option to buy at 40 million. United will contribute to the payment of salary. And again, this was the concern that we had last night with Jadon Sancho and Manchester United. Jadon Sancho says goodbye to Manchester United despite the peace with Ten Hag. He is now out of the squad. Juventus is pushing to finalise the deal despite some rumours claiming they were not in the running. But the worst thing, the most annoying thing is it's like Juventus are going to spend 38 million euros on bleeding Nico Gonzalez. We know that we want two wingers, so why is it United's bleeding winger that they're not paying money for? They're about to spend 38 million on Gonzalez from Fiorentina, and that's pretty much their money gone. And now they're having to loan Jadon Sancho. It's that we know that they wanted, and the rumours the other day were that they wanted two wingers, and Gonzalez and Sancho were the ones, and they're negotiating with Manchester United. But again, United come out on the wrong end of it. It's like they're paying for Gonzalez, but they're not paying for Jadon Sancho. It's like we have got the biggest issue in our squad in Jadon Sancho right now, aren't we? That nobody wants him. Nobody wants him. Nobody wants to take a chance on him. They all like him and can see the player, but no one will put the money where their mouth is with Jadon Sancho. And can you bleeding blame him? You can't, can you? You really can't, because he is just an absolute nightmare. He's a problem from the wages, his attitude, his discipline. I don't know, like teammate-wise, I don't know how he's taken around the dressing room at United. Everyone seems to think he's all right, but you got to turn up to the dressing room first of all, haven't you, and be there on time. Oh, he's just an ongoing nightmare. And do you know what? I think United are in a situation now where they're just taking what they can. We spoke about this last night, and we said, look, Jadon Sancho really just needs to be out of Manchester United to help Ten Hag. And if we can get a loan fee at the start, maybe most of his wages are paid. It's sad that we're having to pay his bleeding wages just to get rid of him, honestly. He has taken Manchester United to the cleaners, Jadon Sancho. Absolutely fleeced us from start from start to finish of his contract at the football club. He's seen us coming, and his representatives and whoever have actually they've just nailed us, haven't they? They've absolutely nailed us, ripped us off royal. And he's just absolutely taking the piss out of Manchester United. And a lot of people have said to me, and a lot of people have come in the chats on the live shows, and many weeks, it's like, he's not going to walk away from that amount of money. And look, I said, like, go and ruin your career by being this arsehole. That's what I've said. Because chasing the money is not going to get you a bigger move later down the line. And what happens when United are done? When you're 26, supposed to be in the prime of your career, and there's no more gravy train. There's no more Manchester United. Where are you going to be then? He's thinking in the short term, Jadon Sancho. And for me, I just feel like he is... I think he's ruined his career. I do. I don't think he's thinking ahead. And I think he's going to be one of them players that gets forgotten about. All the potential under the sun. Didn't make it at United and disappears off the scene completely. I'm pretty confident. I don't get me wrong. I hope he finds himself again. I don't want any player's career to end. I hope he finds himself at another club. I don't think he will. Personally, I just don't think he's got the right mentality. I don't think he's got the right attitude at the top level to make it. And I think he's wasted his career at Manchester United. Yeah, well done for getting all the money. But you're never going to be known as one of them players and one of them great players. And that's fine. If that's how he wants to go down, how he wants to run his career and how he wants to be, then yeah, go for it. Knock yourself out. But ultimately, he will be known as that player, and he will always be known by United fans as that guy who just couldn't be asked, in my opinion. And we're about to hit 1,000 votes on the poll. Just want to know your match day mood, people. Get into the poll in the chat. Confident, nervous, or optimistic? Right now, confident is leading the way at 45%. Nervous, 23%. Optimistic at 31%. Everybody is sort of in between, I would say, right now. And there's 1,000 votes. So we'll end that poll and do another one in terms of mixing it up for match day in a minute as well. So over 1,600 people in the room. Thank you, everybody. 400 likes in the bag. We're getting closer to that 700 mark. Let's go. Let's go. Get them up, everybody. And get your comments in on Jadon Sancho, please. And let me know what you think of Jadon. I mean, it's coming to an end. It looks like it. But how do you feel about it? Do you feel like it's a player that we missed out on? We mistreated him, didn't get the best out of him? Or has he just been a pain in the ass like I think? Look, it's not all about my opinion. It's about everyone's opinion on the show, and that's why I want to get your comments in on this now. So specifically hit me up with Jadon Sancho before we move on to the game. And let's get into your thoughts on him. People don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Plus, Erik ten Hag didn't need to answer the question the way he did unprofessionally. To be honest, mate, on that one, I'm not pulling you out here or anything at all, by the way, Adrian. Ten Hag didn't even have a question asked. Ten Hag told the press he was going to be talking about Jadon Sancho before the game even started. So Ten Hag prompted everything that happened with Jadon Sancho, which I don't think was right either in terms of how Ten Hag actually sort of answered that question or dealt with the situation. The thing that we've got is the media get a bad rep for everything and how they report things, but it wasn't the media's fault. It wasn't the media asking that question. A lot of the time people have jumped to Ten Hag's defence on that one with Jadon Sancho, and the media asked the question. No, Ten Hag prompted the question to be coming out after the game. He was that pissed off with Jadon Sancho. He set that all up. He set that press conference up to happen that way. So something bad must have happened behind the scenes. So, yeah, I don't think it was right still. We can't control what happens behind the scenes. But, hey, still, if it doesn't work for you, then you have to move on. You do have to move on. And hopefully, we do get something out of it. Sancho will smash it elsewhere. He already did at Dortmund last year in the Champions League. Him on so much money is United's old regime. Stupid fault, not his. Not his fault. At all, no, the regime are the ones that put him on the wages. I honestly don't think he did smash it at Dortmund. I mean, there were certain games where he turned up, especially when the cameras were on him, and had a good game. I thought he was non-existent in the final as well, and I think he definitely seen a level above himself there, like many Dortmund players did. But maybe that is Sancho's level, like getting it through, playing in a team like that's not expected, playing in the underdogs. I just don't think he'll make it at any big club. I'm talking like the best of the best. Like, you're talking the massive clubs of Europe. Right, he's never going to be a Madrid or Barcelona, Manchester United, City, Arsenal, Liverpool type of player. No one's going to take him at them clubs. Juventus have fallen away. Maybe that's the perfect spot for him. That level where Juventus are at right now, maybe that is where he belongs. Let's hope it's going to be a fantastic day with United thrashing Brighton. I'll take that 1-0. Martin says, Sancho is a spoilt brat. He has had a bad attitude wherever he has been. The sooner he leaves, the better. Look, the only reason that people are going in, and probably where I'm sort of swayed with my opinion of Jadon Sancho, is because of the history and what he's done. Like, everybody's seen the obnoxiousness and shit attitude when he was a kid at City. Pep got rid of him instantly, didn't like him. Obviously, we've heard the stories of him being having to be picked up by Erling Haaland at Dortmund for constantly turning up late. United were ready to do a Christmas party off the back of his late fines for training, according to Manu Matic. There's loads of form for him, and it can't all be wrong. And again, we've got a player that's sulking and spitting his dummy out at Manchester United because he's not getting what he wants. And yeah, it's sad. It is, because there is a little bit of a talented player in there. Anyway, I fully agree that the comment that Erik ten Hag was in the wrong there, and the person in the more senior role has more responsibility. That's come from Louise. John says, so Adam, why are you not going to the game today? I am doing a few more watch-alongs this season, and you know what? Just like I said, I refuse to pay a lot of the prices that are going around at the moment for tickets. And you know what? It costs a fortune. I've done it for many years now. So yeah, we're going to mix it up this season and do some watch-alongs. We're going to do some of the games as well. And we are going to get to some away games, but we are going to mix it up more this season just to bring a bit of different variety and content as well. Rashford is 26. He's done nothing for years. Up and down player. He needs to have a season now, though, Aiden. Michelle says, the British players are overhyped. Maguire, Rashford, Phil Jones, McTominay, Shaw, etc. A lot of people would agree with that. Who's Sancho? Never seen him play, says Scott. I know where you're going with that one. David says, Sancho should just leave. He is ungrateful. 250k a week. Went on a 4-month sabbatical. Still got paid. He is just a brat. Ooh, harsh. I thought Erik ten Hag went out of his way to destroy Sancho, says Darren. Sancho was fined for his lateness, yet Erik ten Hag kept bringing it up. Double punishment for him. Again, it seems weird that ten Hag would go all in like that, and something really bad must have happened. Something really bad must have happened between Jadon and Erik ten Hag to get to this stage. But, hey, look, it's gone now, and we're looking at a future without Jadon Sancho. Are we going to be looking at one without Scott McTominay? We will see. We will see. A quick one as well from Alfredo Padula, our man in the know over in Italy there. He has said regarding the Scott McTominay situation, Antonio Conte keeps insisting for McTominay deal to get done, and he is waiting for Napoli. A face-to-face meeting took place today. They discussed about bonuses of the deal, that being bonuses as the add-ons that we spoke about earlier on today. Let's move on to the game. Let's move on to some quotes from Ten Hag and how we want this game to go down today. He's been talking up Garnacho. He's been talking about Kobbie Mainoo as well. Talking about Mainoo in the light of he has had some very good experiences with England, and those experiences can only help him because a better player, 100%. Ten Hag and Mainoo again. A perfect midfielder is a player who can be very good in attack and very good in defence. He's a player who can do everything. He can play as an attacking midfielder and as a defensive midfielder. Ten Hag is bigging up Kobbie Mainoo, as we all are. And we're all looking forward to seeing how he progresses this season, I think, more than anything. I think Mainoo is definitely the one. I think he's going to, second season syndrome and all of that. I think Mainoo's the one that everybody's got the big expectations on. You can talk Garnacho, and I think Garnacho will go on to levels again and improve even more. But I do believe that Mainoo is the one that everyone is expecting to actually get to that next level. I mean, he's at a level now, but I think there is a ceiling for Kobbie Mainoo. I think there's a ceiling right up there for him to reach, and I think he will get there. He has got the right mentality. Like Ten Hag has been saying there, he has definitely got the mentality to be a Manchester United legend. He's at the right age now, and like it's been said, like after this transfer window shuts, Kobbie Mainoo is going to open negotiations with United over a new deal. So that shows how much Manchester United think about him, and it shows you the structure and the plan for the future for this football club as well. With the likes of Kune coming in, Obi Martin, the other 4 academy players that have been brought into our academy over the summer that nobody's talking about yet as well. So 6 young players into United's under-21 academy as well as the ones that we've already got. You got the likes of Kobbie Mainoo, young age, obviously Garnacho as well. Both of them players secured down to long-term contracts as well. And it all looks very, very positive for Manchester United going forward. The academy players, I think, are going to benefit massively under this new structure. I think everyone at Manchester United is going to benefit, I think, from this new structure at every single level. And all eyes on Kobbie Mainoo, all eyes on Garnacho ahead of what is going to be a massive season for them. In terms of the game today, I mean, guys, you tell me in the chat. Super chat in there from Stu. Thank you, mates. Come on, United. 3-1, Mount to score today. Let's get into that. Starting lineups today, guys. Where are you going? We have another poll running as well. Win, lose, or draw. What is the result today? 79% of you going United win, 6% lose, 14% draw. I mean, yeah, I'm confident for the win. I'm going 2-1 to Manchester United. I think that's where we're at. I think that's what it's going to be today. I'd take any win just to get them 6 points and be comfortable in the table. I think comfortably in that top 4. But who are we playing today? 4K Mass Vice says, anybody who takes up fast and hold just to like that refuse to play. Sorry, but it's just too many typos in that one there, buddy. I'll try and read it back again. We have seen Sancho before. Morrison is a prime example. The difference being the money he is on. We might not understand the player putting money over football, but that's where we are. That's where a lot of footballers are right now. It's crazy. 500 likes in the bag as well, guys. Thank you so much. Keep them likes coming in, everybody. Let's get up to that 700 mark, or close to it as we possibly can. Make sure you keep subscribing to Forever United TV as well, guys. Make sure that you are on top of it and you are up to date with everything going on with Manchester United. I've got you covered. 3 live shows a day. Unless there's a game day or breaking news, and you might even get more free content constantly every single day. Please do hit that subscribe button to make sure you miss out on nothing. Rather McTominay at the club than Sancho big time, says Brian. Sancho is still a good player, but Erik ten Hag just wants PMP, no technical possession-based football or no cohesion. Let me just see what else we've got in here comment-wise. Right, all the Pratt supporting bad attitude of Sancho and bad mouthing Erik ten Hag got to stop. Ten Hag didn't attack one player but attacked the whole team and demanded more. Why does everything have to be? Didn't continue. Gehen says, I have no time for Sancho or Maguire. Their mentality is all about money over career. McTominay is not that good, but he has the right attitude. It's a shame that he doesn't have the technical skills. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have everything that you would want in Scott McTominay. He has got a lot. He has got the right mentality, which is the biggest thing out of all, and I think is why he's taken him this far into his career. I think McTominay definitely is a stand-up pro. Sometimes you are born with abilities that others are not. And I think Scott McTominay comes into the bracket of not in terms of abilities. Anyway, guys, let's draw a line under them there. Let's talk about the game today. Does Garnacho come into Manchester United side today? That's something I want to talk about right now. Ten Hag has been talking about Garnacho, saying he's not a world-class player yet. I agree with that. Not yet. He has got a bit more to do, I feel. But yeah, on whether Garnacho is world class, you're going too fast. I agree. World class is something that requires a lot of work. He has a high potential, 100%. Last season, he contributed and showed that he can be a starter. He can be a starter. He needs to be a starter, Eric. Get him in the side ahead of bleeding Rashford. That's what we're all saying. He definitely needs to be starting, I feel. I don't think he will today, surprisingly. I think he's going to stick with bleeding Rashford. And I think it'll be Rashford, Ahmad, and Bruno Fernandes with Mount behind. I don't think he's going to change that forward line. But get into what you think the lineup should be, guys, as well. UK Raws with the super chat coming in. Thank you, mate. Nervous that a loan formula means that we pay part of his wages. An option to buy mean Juve can decide not to pick it up. Need to flush this turd ASAP, says you got Raws regarding Jadon Sancho. I know it's painful. I know it really is with Jadon Sancho right now and what he actually brings to Manchester United and why we cannot get rid of him. It is a pain in the ass. Garen says, back onto the game. Garnacho is doing very well. He's not there yet, but he will make it for sure. Rashford will start today, sadly. S. Madison says, Ahmad won't play, mate. His mum just passed away. Have you seen the tweet? I don't think he's bothered, mate, too much about it. I don't mean that in any disrespectful way, but I think he's fine. So I think he will still start, personally. I don't know if Ten Hag will use that as the opportunity to bring Garnacho in. He could drop Ahmad out because of what's going on. He may make the decision himself. I think Ahmad is totally fine with it, but maybe Ten Hag isn't. That's something you could look into. Maybe we'll see Garnacho today and Ahmad may drop to the bench. I've not seen pictures of Ahmad yet, whether he's in the squad or not. So it'd be interesting to see if there is anything more in that. But yeah, we'll see as we get closer. The obvious team speculation and lineup speculation will start to come about and everything like that. Please keep subscribing, guys. We're almost at that 56,200 mark. We're creeping ever closer. Thank you, everybody who already has, and welcome along new subscribers to Forever United TV. I didn't travel, but expected to join the squad, apparently. Thank you very much for my update from Kaz on that one there. She just brought that up. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to be a problem for Ahmad. He will be in the squad today, catching up with them later on. United, how did you know that Sancho attitude... Oh, sorry, it's talking to someone else. Keep the conversations going on between yourselves as well, guys. Rochelle says, everyone knows Erik Ten Hag doesn't rate Ahmad and Sancho. He rates Rashford and Garnacho. He likes runners, not ball-playing ballers. Dutch Gareth Southgate. Oh, Rochelle is not happy. She has got the Ten Hag pressure cooker on for the season. I can feel it. Any little mistake or any bad decision selection-wise, I think Rochelle will be all over Ten Hag on that. Adam, I'm not sure he doesn't care. I love how you phrase things on the hop. Yep, he said he cares a bit, but I don't think he cares about it being affecting him in his game. I think he's just going to be still same old matchday squad, Ahmad, and I feel like he'll just... Like I said, I'm just going off his comments last night. It feels like it's not affecting him as much as you'd have thought it would. But yeah, let's see what happens today. There probably is something in Ten Hag dropping him out, though, because of the situation. I could see that, definitely. And any excuse, I feel, to get Ahmad out of the side for Erik Ten Hag, honestly, it sounds bad me saying that, but I do feel like that is where we're actually at with him. I do. It's not right, but I feel like that is literally... Ten Hag, I think, has got his starters. I think he would love to just have Rashford, Garnacho, and then one of his forwards in there. I don't know how he's going to fit Xerxes into that, though, in terms of when it comes around. Like, when Højlund is fit, if Xerxes is not playing now, how does Xerxes fit in? If you've got the likes of Rashford in front of him, Garnacho in front of him, and Bruno Fernandes in the 10. Yeah, we need a big squad, but you've got to wonder like how some of these players are actually going to get into the side also. So, yeah, that's something else that we need to keep an eye on as well. I'm sorry, he's a good player, but I don't see the basic attributes to be world-class. The common consensus is Saka/Foden aren't world-class and Garnacho miles off, and I don't think he'll ever get there. Look, that's fair enough, Ian. I don't think Erik Ten Hag is saying he's world-class, and I think he's definitely keeping his feet on the ground, which we need to do. We can't be bigging up players to a point of where they're not there. You know what I mean? It's like Garnacho isn't there yet. He is a quality player. And I do feel that Manchester United have got a gem there. And you know what? He will do things that other players in our squad can't even think about. Rashford has to perform. Can't keep strolling around, says Babs. No, you're dead right about that. I did mention Stu's super chat. I said thank you for it. I think I'm just making sure that I've not missed everybody's super chats that have come in. Appreciate them all. I said, yeah, I got Stu's super chat in. Come on, United, 3-1, Mount to score. I remember that one. Thank you again, everybody, for your super chats that are coming in today. Keep your comments flooding in as well, guys. Keep talking match day. At the back, let's talk. Maguire, Matthias de Ligt. What are we saying, everybody? Who is starting? Get your comments in. Is it Matthias de Ligt? Or is it Harry Maguire? Is it Slabhead? After that performance against Fulham, which was decent, should we be playing Harry Maguire again? Has he done enough to keep his spot in the side? And this is your personal opinion. Forget about what you know Ten Hag is going to do. Do you feel like we should now be bedding Matthias de Ligt into that Martinez combination at the back and getting this running? Should it be de Ligt and Martinez? Everybody's saying the same thing. Bring de Ligt in, but you know that Ten Hag is going to pick Maguire over him. De Ligt and Leacher for me, says Welsh Reds. Yeah. Hey, look. Maguire is going to have a tough game today if he plays. I know he is. He has got qualities, Maguire. I don't know. And the way that Brighton press, if we try and pass out from the back with Maguire in the sides, I think we're going to struggle today. I do. I don't think he's got the capabilities. I do. Stu says, can't drop Maguire. You have to go on a last game performance, surely, but I believe he may struggle against Brighton. Stu's echoing pretty much everything that I just said there. You have to reward good performances. It's all about building that confidence within your squad. And Maguire was our best defender alongside Mazraoui against Fulham. So, really, he does deserve to be back in, but we all know what's coming. We all know what's coming from Brighton, and we all know what's coming from Liverpool. Two very high, intense pressing sides. And that is going to be a problem for Manchester United, I feel, if Maguire's in the side. Hopefully, he can get around it if he plays and he shuts me up and we have a great performance. But I am worried about it. I'm just going to say that. I do feel like Maguire is definitely going to be a problem for United today in terms of if we want to pass out from the back. If Ten Hag changes the tactics up and we go a specific direct route and things like that, then I don't think we've got that man to hold up the ball either up top, because we haven't got Xerxes or Højlund. You're not going to get long balls pinned out, and Rashford's not going to do anything with long balls pinged up to him. I don't think Garnacho or Ahmad will, too small. And you've got Bruno or Mount in the 9 and the 10. They're not headers and notoriously holding up players. So really, you have to be very careful with how you select your side today. I think if de Ligt comes in, we can pass out from the back and control more of the game. If de Ligt doesn't come in, then I'm worried about how we are going to transition, because you've got, obviously, Casemiro there who has got the qualities and not the speed, and they will snap into anything. They did it last season to us, and we were lucky to get the 2-0 win at Brighton last season, United. Amrabat had a nightmare in midfield, and eventually, like, Brighton just wore out. And I think that might be a tactic from Ten Hag today. Don't be surprised if we try and wear Brighton out and take the game to them late on, because that's exactly what happened last season. They just didn't take the chances, and they were punished for it late on. United definitely came into their own into the second part of the second half and were the better side towards the end. But it could have been a different game. So, yeah, my team, I'm going to go with my team and what I would play. I would have Dalot on the left again. I would have Martinez and de Ligt in the middle with Mazraoui on the right. Obviously, Onana in goal. The midfield would be Casemiro, Mainu and Bruno Fernandes. Out wide, I would have Garnacho on the left-hand side. I would have Ahmad on the right-hand side. And I would have Joshua Zirkzee as a number 9. I know that's not going to happen, but that's just how I would go with it today. That way you've got the control at the back, you've got the passing ability, and you've got a target man who you cannot knock off the ball. Like Zirkzee is a beast. He holds the ball up better than what Højlund does, and you've got an out. And that out, you will all understand what I mean by that when it comes to the game later on. So that out is going to help United today. If it keeps going up to Bruno and Mount and they can't control it and the big centre-back Dunk is in there winning the ball ahead of him, which he will with anything high, and you know what Onana's passing is like, it's not exactly pinpoint, is it? And Brighton will feed off that. Brighton will leech onto that, and we will have a problem, a big problem, because the pressure will keep mounting. We won't get enough possession of the ball. If we can control it at the back and mix it up with the likes of de Ligt and his passing ability compared to Maguire, and then have a target man in Zirkzee to go forward when we need to, because there are going to be moments when we're going to have to go over the top, and and bypass that press from Brighton, then that's there for you. I'm just worried how he's going to play it, because I don't think we've got the capabilities with the team that played against Fulham to beat Brighton. I think it's going to come down to substitutes again if we're still in the game, because I'm fully confident that he is going to stick with Maguire and Mount instead of playing Xerxes and De Ligt. I think that's how it's going to be. Over 600 likes. Fantastic effort, guys. Well live. That is brilliant. We wanted 1,000 on the full stream. We have gone a little bit more today because it is a pre-game build-up as well. So we've touched on all of the news regarding Scott McTominay. Add-ons now being discussed after the initial bid is thought to have been turned down by United from Napoli for Scott McTominay. That being around 25 million euros. Still good relationship and communication going on there, and there is a positive vibe around that move that Scott can go. Sancho apparently is not in the matchday squad today and has already said his goodbyes to Manchester United. The problem we've got is it's not the loan that we wanted. There is only an option to buy instead of an actual have to buy at the end of it. Like, it's poor and it's not good for us, but still, Sancho needs to be out of this squad. Hopefully United, if they do go without the obligation to buy, they get a decent loan fee at the start of it, and we could have maybe got something back. I would be going to Juve. Look, if you're not going to have the obligation to buy, you need to be paying a 10 or 12 million pound loan fee. And that way we know off the last two loans that we've had off Jadon Sancho, at least we've brought in 20 million off them. And that sort of softens the blow a little bit. And then maybe he goes for that cheap price next summer. I don't think he'll go for 40. If Sancho's leaving United next summer, I think he goes for about 25 million because nobody can afford the bleeder and nobody wants to take a chance on him. So, yeah, I just feel, look, like Kaz says in the chat there, cut your losses with Jadon Sancho. You're going to have to take a hit. Like, the wage gone and the bit of money in is probably the better option right now. I understand the stance, but this is ridiculous circumstances when it comes to Jadon Sancho. This is not normal. And Jadon Sancho leaving Manchester United is just a must at this point at whatever deal you can get out of it for me. A loan I'm not happy with, because just to see that man leeching off United even more, playing for someone else, playing again with one of Manchester United's main European competitors again in likes of Juventus. Honestly, I just want him gone. Everything else around this window, I've loved it. But this Sancho one is probably going to be the one that really sort of riles me and riles a lot more other Manchester United fans. I just want him out. And I think, look, one thing I would give Ineos on this, if it is a loan and we can't get what we want, at least they're backing Ten Hag. Because Ten Hag doesn't want him there. At least they're backing the manager and going forward and saying, look, he's out of the way again. We don't have to worry about him. It's another problem that you no longer have to be concerned with. And we go from there. I think Jadon Sancho out of the squad helps everybody else, because I think he is a bad attitude, and I think he does give bad vibes off. And I really want him gone just to see what Rashford does. I know it sounds a bit like, does it sound sinister? Does it sound like I'm being a bit too harsh there? Because I feel like Sancho's situation definitely affected Marcus Rashford last season. I was sick to death of the excuses for Rashford and Shaw not being there for him last season. Look, I want Rashford to have a mega season because it means that United are playing well. I just want to see how players' attitudes are with Ineos and the way that they're acting. I want to see if there's a change in player attitudes this season, because they know that they can't get away with things anymore. That is the most important thing. Performance on the pitch and what happens in qualifying for the Champions League. And there's a lot of players that have been given a second chance that need to prove a point this season. Desperately need to prove a point. And Rashford is one of them. And let's see what he's made of now. Let's see what Marcus is made of, because this is a massive career-defining season for Marcus Rashford. And you know what? I hope he has an absolute barnstormer today. I hope he completely convinces me and puts me in my place this season. I do. But I just want to see a change in mentality. I want to see players who know deep down that they've got away with it, know that they've been wrong. And he does know that he's been wronged, Marcus Rashford. He does know that he owes the fans a full season after what he wasted last season. And I hope we get that from him. I do. That's like my biggest hope out of the season, that players prove me wrong, because I just don't see it at the moment. I don't. And I want to be positive about every single player in this Man United squad. But I just have my fears still. And today is massive, honestly. Today is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge for Manchester United. Guys, make sure that you do tune in to the watch along. The link is pinned up in the live chat right now. We do everything in the watch along with call-ons, everything. We do games and quizzes and everything like that in there. It is an absolute ball. It's completely free. Again, free content. Come and join the watch along on T4. United vs Brighton. We're starting at 12 o'clock. The link is right there. Click on that and you're in. Just use the referral code Adam, all capitals, and away you go. Jobs are good, and guys. But yeah, that wraps up everything for this morning show. We talked about all the transfers. We talked about all of the team, what we're expecting in the Brighton game, what I want from players. You got your thoughts in. Great comments today, guys. Fantastic job from the mods as well. Let's just check the poll and finish that up there and where we're at. What is your match day prediction today? A win, lose or draw. 79% of you have gone with United win, 13% the draw, 6% the loss. Thank you everybody for contributing to the poll. Thank you everybody for contributing the likes in. We have 1,500 still in the room, guys. If everyone in there now that hasn't liked the video gives it a like, we will hit that 700 like mark. And please do hit that subscribe button, guys. The content is completely free and you get it 3 times a day live. Everything that's going on, we've got you covered on Man United. Do come across to the watch along. It'd be a pleasure to have you all in there again and get some new faces in there and get some more comments in there and some more people on the call-ins. So please do get over there onto T4. Give the video a like on the way out. Subscribe like I just said. And I'll see you all at 12 o'clock. Come on, United. Let's have it. First away win of the season coming. Please, God, I'm nervous as hell. But hey, come on. Let's see what happens. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you in a bit.